Grand Rising to all my veterans and self, man. Thank y'all for coming through, tuning in to another entrepreneur conversation. I know this is a little bit late for a show, what have you. Usually I drop in and have it ready for y'all on a Monday. Got a little bit busy, but I am here as promised with y'all for with a show. So today topic we're gonna be talking about is rebranding to success. Once again, that's rebranding to success. So it's gonna be a great show today. But before we jump into the topic for today, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, and make sure you smash on that like button so the algorithm know we are dropping real content over here. So another thing, let me make another announcement. If y'all haven't already went over to our media channel, Invest Media YouTube channel, make sure you go over there and hit the subscribe button. We definitely have a great show called Entrepreneurial Pulse. We already have the first show already available for you to watch. We talking about Chameleonaire, just let you know how successful he is as an entrepreneur, giving his recognition and his flowers. And we also got the Nas episode that's dropped. So definitely check that out. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Like I said before, these entrepreneur conversations, pretty soon I will no longer be dropping them on this channel. Everything's going to be over there on Invest Media. So definitely go and subscribe to that channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we drop anything new over there. But today, let's jump into the topic. Today, like I said, we're gonna be talking about is rebranding to success. But you know how I like to do. I like to use a person, a place, or situation as a anchor to be able to a little sweat. Might as well say a segue to the main topic. So today, rebranding to success. So we're gonna be talking about Audis, because you see how Audis, I want to say, back in the 80s and the 90s and what have you, Aldi's was a popular store, right? Especially for the older crowd. I know my grandma, she loved Aldi's. She always used to go to Aldi's. Me and my brother, we used to go with her to Aldi's when she go grocery shopping. But, as years went past, Aldi's really, start fading out and what have you. But now, as you see, they have definitely made their rounds back again to be able to serve the people, right? So if you notice, they have really started build Audis in different areas. I know over there in Speedway, they changing it up over there, building new things and what have you. So they build the Audis over there around Speedway in the Speedway area. Then out here where I stay at, they build a Audis. I want to say probably last year sometime. So they built an Audi. So we have different Audis coming up in different places around the state that I live in, right? So you can tell that they are doing something to the point where they did a rebranding and it's working for them, right? So the thing about Audis is, man, it's a store where everybody know where people go and they get great discounts at, on different little things that you can buy from them, food. They have household items, different little things that you might need, right? So the thing about Audis is, man, what they did far as rebranding. So one thing they did was Audi's shift its focus from being just a discount store to a high value store by improving the quality of its private label brands. So Audi's, as you know, if you ever been there, they have private label brands, which, like I said before in another episode, you have companies out here that you can get products through, and they have services where you can pay for private label, where you can use they make the product, but they will put your label on there, right? And some people, this is the route that some people go, right? So they have high quality private label brands in there. This was the most significant change, as private labels make up 90% of Audi's products. So like I said, if you go to Audi's, so if you go to the Audis, if you ever been to Audis, 90% of the product in there is private label owned. And so that may be the products that you getting might have different names on it, but it's coming from the same place, the same person, the same business, the same people are making this product and what have you. The manufacturer might say the same manufacturer is making this product for you and for them, what have you. So the thing that they did was that help them. I want to say here go to this the key rebranding strategies that they use. So really, the first thing was embrace food trends, right? So Aldi expanded its product lines to include organic foods, high protein products, fresh produce, meats, tapping into growing market for healthy options. So a couple years ago, everybody got on the health train. That was the trend. Everybody want to start becoming more health conscious. Especially trying to work on their health, trying to physically, mentally, trying to eat right, trying to do the things that's gonna help them become better far as health and what have you. So all these they expanded their product line, organic food. So that's one of the things. So then they removed additives. In 2015, Audi's publicly committed to removing artificial dyes, added MSGs, and partially hydrogenated oils from its private label products. So this was the big move that they made. They want to make sure they didn't have anything within the products that was going to harm you, especially the dyes, the added MSGs and stuff like that. That's going to really might affect the person. So they became more health conscious because they wanted to focus and expand and get more people as a whole in their steady just one sector. They want to make sure they be able to reach a broader spectrum of people so they can be able to have people come to their stores, right? So they created dupes. Audi has gained a cult like following for its high quality, low cost versions of popular name brand items known as dupes, from breakfast cereals to probiotic sodas. So these are the little things that they did, to make sure they can attract people. And this is part of their rebranding. So they came up with a strategy so they can be able to get people into their stores and what have you. That's why I said just by me noticing a lot of all these stores are coming back around or getting built in certain areas. You, if you ever come to like Indianapolis, this is where I stay at Indianapolis, different parts of Indianapolis, different side of towns are development and they coming up, they redoing it, they building storefronts and stuff like this, and they add in Audis. You can see Audi stores going up, or they might place an Audi store that was used to be another store and what have you. So by them rebranding, coming up with a rebranding strategy, this really helped get customers back to their store, right? So the upgrade. So we're going to talk about the upgraded and expanded stores, right? So Audi invested in significant store growth and modernization to improve the shopping experience. So modernizing locations, stores have been updated to be brighter, more spacious, more organized, while still retaining the company's trademark efficiency. So these are the key little things that they did to make sure that they will be able to make it a good experience when you come to their store and shop with them. So these little key things, especially as an entrepreneur, you want to figure out what little key things that you can change up, that just by that little change that you make in your product or your services, this may be something that's going to help your business take off, right? So the next thing is strategic expansion. The company has been in a rapid expansion phase, including new builds and the rebranding of acquired stores, such as former Winnie Dixon and Harvey supermarkets. Right, this has allowed Aldi's to target new geographic areas and increase its market share. So by them, like I said before, like I just said, no, they have former stores that you already had storefronts that used to have different stores in it, right? Different store names was on it. So Aldi's was able to come in and put their name on that same building and what have you. So it makes it a lot more easier because now this store is in a great geographic area. All they have to do is come and buy this store, put their name on it, put their products inside it because it's already in a area where it accumulates a lot of traffic and what have you, right? So that's what's very important about that. So another thing that they did, right, is create an effective social media presence, right? Instead of relying on traditional advertising, Audi has successfully leveraged social media to build a devoted fan base. So they foster a community. The community benefits from viral use generated content from unofficial groups like the Audi Owls of Shame community on Facebook, where millions of members share finds and recipe. And like I said in many videos, guys, community is important. See, a lot of entrepreneurs, people within business may overlook this. Building your community, sometimes it's best to build your community first because they will let you know what's important, what is needed, what is not needed, and what have you. And they also can help you market your product, right? So what they did was foster a community. So they used the social media community, right, that they built called all these Owls of Shame community, right? So within this community, they people as members can share things that they found within the store that you might not see, right? They share recipes that the products that they get there and they go home and they create different little things. So this is the best way because now you can have people just strolling on social media and they see all these group and they might be like, hey, you know what? I want to go and check it out. I want to see what is within this Aldi's group. And while I'm talking about Aldi's, I have an Aldi's bag right here. I just now seen it. I have an Aldi's bag right here that you can buy from the store. And it's a reusable bag. It say Aldi, so that lets you know, man. It's that's crazy how much of a coincidence that was. I just happened to look for it in the Aldi's bag right there. But I want to lose train of thought. But that's how important it is to have a community out there because if you have people just coming into the community looking to see what's going on within all these community, they might end up like, you know what, I'm gonna join this because I like what I see. It's a lot of great information that I can get from here, right? Then the next thing is use target campaigns, right? Aldi's has launched use humorous localized campaigns to generate buzz. For instance, in 2025, it temporarily rebranded UK store to pay tribute to the Ole Miss reunion in Manchester. Which garnered significant social media attention. When I say Ole Miss, Oasis, my bad. Oasis reunion in Manchester. Oasis to pay tribute to Oasis reunion in Manchester, which garnered significant social media attention. So different little things that they doing to attract people because at the end of the day, you have to move along with the time. So they couldn't use old advertising because that's not compatible to what is new in social media today. So you can't use old advertisement um strategies that you have. You have to move forward with time. So they had to update their marketing, social media marketing, advertisement to where they can reach new people, new customers, and what have you, new group of people, right? So next thing is capitalized on economic conditions, right? All these rebranding became particularly powerful during a period of high inflation, right? Making its low price strategy attracted to a broader audience. So, especially during the time of high inflation, people looking for deals, people looking for low price things that they can be able to afford, save some money because of how high the inflation is right now. So when you have a store like Aldi's, they offering you high quality private label items and you can get them at a great price. you can't beat that, right? So whether you going to Target paying high prices, you going to Target is my store. I'm not knocking them. Target is one of my stores, right? But you going to other stores that you know is going to be a lot because hey, it's a lot right now in grocery stores. You paying a lot for groceries. You might be paying over $100, $200 for groceries. You only have what 3 bags, right? So especially when it's high inflation, you looking for the best price. So within this is attract higher income shoppers as grocery prices rise. Consumers across all income levels, including middle and high income shoppers, began seeking better value. Aldi's improved product quality, low prices made it a top destination. Just like I said, it don't matter how much money you have to middle class, high class. It don't matter. You because you have the money don't mean you're gonna go and pay the $200, the $100. No, you still gonna look for a deal. You want to look for the best bang for your buck, right? So that's what's so important, right? So I'm not gonna. I don't want to be too long with this, but these are the things that they did to when it came to rebranding, and they seen by them making they changes, making sure they use they have high quality products. Then they took the additives out, the SGM G's with the MSGs out, and dyes out, different little things that may harm you. And they also, use up to date social media strategies to be able to get a broader spectrum of people and what have you, and keeping their prices at affordable level, especially during inflation. This really helped they rebranding take off and what have you. So let me read just this is what some people had said far as why. Let me bring something up real quick. Let me see. Let me see. So this person said, I think a big part of the trendiness is the Aldi's finds since they always rotating. They're so exclusive at play, which draws hype. But also, I think a lot more people are realizing it's a good option. I don't remember any Aldi shaming from others, but I always hated when my mom got Aldi snacks growing up because they didn't taste the same. Maybe it's because I'm paying for them, but the taste pretty good to me now. So this right here, this is a review somebody left on the post, and this is from 2 years ago. So that let you know by them changing a product. So she said she used to hate, when her mom bought snacks when she was little because they didn't taste right. But now since she grown, right, since all these did they rebranding, they make sure they got high quality stuff. It tastes good now. Now they got a customer, right? Some returning customer that's going to come back because the way they changed their products, they made sure they use high quality private label, which was a plus for them, right? So that was I just wanted to read that to let you know people are really taking a liking to the rebranding of Audis, and them coming back and making sure that they doing all the right things so they can see longevity for the next couple of years and what have you. So that was a little thing. So let's jump into the topic. This is the perfect time, make a segue to the topic. So this, like I said, today we're going to be talking about rebranding to success. And I have just a couple things to hopefully can help you, give you some type of idea of what you can do to help you rebrand to success, right? So this is like a rebrand type of roadmap, from reset to recognition. So we're going to jump into this. So this is a roadmap designed for entrepreneurs who are, repositioning themselves and want to rebuild recognition and authority, far as your brand. So never give up, rebrand. Continue to, if the first thing don't work, rebrand, come back and make sure your message and what you want to do is a whole lot clearer, right? So because at the end of the day, remember, because you may have an idea doesn't mean it's going to sell, especially if you don't have proper marketing behind it, right? if you don't have a clear message behind it. So you want to make sure you be mindful of that. So the first thing is reset and realign, right? So this is like laying down the foundation, right? You want to clarify your new narrative, right? So you want to define who you are now, what you stand for, and why the rebrand matters. So these are the most important things: who you are now, because you want to let people know this is not the old this is not the old you, this is not the old brand, right? This is not the old message. This is a whole new concept. This is a whole new angle that we're coming at. This is what we stand for, right? And this is why this rebrand matters, because we want to let people know with a clear message that we are here to serve you in a way that you want to be served and what have you, right? And then next thing, you want to audit your brand asset, right? You want to make sure you refresh your logo, your website, visuals, messages, so they're are aligned with your new direction, right? So that's very important. You want to definitely want to refresh your logo. You don't want to come in with a rebrand with your same logo. You want to refresh it, just like hitting the refresh button. You want to refresh the logo, because if that's the old logo, it wasn't working the first time and what have you. You want to change it, right? Your website, some things, and you might want to take some things off. You might want to add some. You might want to change some colors. It's all about the buyer psychology. You want to get people into your website. You want people to stay. So you might want to make your website less complex. You want to make it nice and simple where people can understand it. From what somebody told me in the past, when you creating a website, you want to make sure 5 or 6 year old can be able to navigate through it. Now that lets you know, like, hey, you got a website that people can easily understand. People know where to go to without getting tripped up and what have you. And visuals, you definitely want to make sure your visuals is going right along with your message, right? You want to make sure everything is aligning. That's why I say, man, you want to have a clear message of what you are doing, what's your new direction, and that's very important. You definitely want to have a direction of where you taking this rebrand towards and what have you. So this is very important. So these things right here, 4 things I'm reading is it's still underneath the same thing: reset and realign. This is laying the foundation, right? So this is still underneath that part. So reset your brand promise, right? Clearly communicate what customers can expect moving forward. So you definitely want to have that clear line of communication with your customers. You want them to understand, because now is like whatever you have done before. You make sure you want to build that trust back with your customers. You want to let them know moving forward, like, hey, it, what happened last time was it's not going to occur again. You want to make sure you have a clear message, clear communicating with your customers, and let them know to make them feel comfortable where they can trust you. So moving forward, this is what you're going to expect. You're going to have a whole new service, a whole new customer service, whatever it is that tripped you up the first time, that may had miscommunication with your customer. You want to make sure to let them know that's never going to happen again, and you got things put in place to show them and to make sure that they know, hey, that you serious about it, right? Transparency and trust. So you want to make sure acknowledge the pivot or the lessons learned, right? So authenticity rebuilds credibility. So like I said before, that's trust and transparency is everything. You want, when you rebranding again, say for instance, the last time, you may had bad reviews because of your shipping, your timing, your undelivered promises and what have you. This time around, you want to learn from that lesson, be able to pivot from it, right? Because now you have to build that credibility and that trust back up, right? So the best way to do it, you want to build it through your authenticity. So you want to make sure people know, like, hey, this is a whole different direction that we going. So this is what you can expect. So that's very important. So reset and realign. This is laying the foundation. So clarify your new narrative, right? audit your brand assets, right? Reset your brand promise and transparency and trust, right? Then moving forward to the next one, relaunch and recognition push, right? This is getting attention back, right? So rebrand campaign launch, right? Announce your new identity through a storytelling driven campaign. So this is very important because this is your comeback. You trying to get attention right back on your brand. So you definitely want to make sure your new identity is through your storytelling. So you want to, because one thing people like comeback stories, because the authenticity of a comeback story, people can resonate with it because it might be something that they've been through, or people like to be able to sympathize with you. People like to be like, okay, we understand it, but that comes through with having a clear communication and having an identity. That's a new identity, not the old one, but the new identity. So you want to, through your storytelling campaign that you're going to have, you want to announce your identity through. It's very important. So next thing is PR and media outreach, right? You want to share your rebrand story with podcasts, blogs, and industry media. So if there's any podcasts out there that you can get on, or through your own podcast, or your blogs, because you got people out here that like blogs, right? Media is the big thing, because now you want to let people know, like, hey, I'm back. Because this, the main important thing is getting the attention back. Because once you got the attention on you, it's already hard to get people to trust you to come in to get the attention on you. But once you got it, you want to keep it there, right? Because if you lose it, it's going to be hard to bring it back. You got to work 10 times hard, because now people already know you from the past. So you got to build that credibility and that trust back up. So through podcasts, credible podcasts that people watch and people really believe in, a certain podcaster, right? Believe in a word. They can put a good word in for you. Blogs and industry, right? Next thing is strategic partnership, right? You want to collab with aligned brands or influence to borrow trust and visibility. Just like I said, if you have influencers out there, credible influencers. Everybody claim they influencers or not. You only have a handful of influencers are really out there, is really credible. So you want to have influencers that's really stand on their word, may have a following, and that you have a influencer out there that people follow, believe in a word, trust in a word. This is a good way through their visibility, through the trust of their people. This is a good way for you to get back in the good graces with people, right? To let them know, like, hey, this is who I am. This is our new brand. This our rebranding phase. This our new message. This our new identity. This our new direction, and this is what for you to expect, right? Or you want to collaborate with other brands, brands with great recognition. People have trust in them and what have you, very credible. So this is ways that you can get the attention back on you, is through doing things like this, right? So um another thing is customer testimonies, right? And this is a good way to definitely help you get new focus on you, get people back, attention back on your brand, on your services, or whatever you do as an entrepreneur, because customers testimony, like I said before, people like to see, like, just like when you're looking at a product on like sites like Amazon or any websites, you first thing you go to the reviews. You want to see about this product. So now you're using the reviews to base it based to make a decision of whether you're going to get the product or not. So people like to read testimonies, because now this can help them get back into your good graces, or help you at all times, or what have you. So testimonies is one of the best ways to do it, because people like a great testimony. So that's very, very good. Another thing is digital presence refresh. So owning your online space, something that Audi did. They really went back to the drawing table when it came to marketing, right? They understood like we can't use our old marketing ways. We gotta move. We gotta create a marketing blueprint that's gonna be relevant to today's social media presence and what have you, right? So the key things is SEO keywords are very important. You want to reposition your website with search terms that match your rebrand. So those are big things. So if you don't know how to do the SEO, you have people out there that can help you make sure the SEOs are right, the keywords are right, because it's all about getting back into the algorithm, and so you can help get eyes on you, right? So that's very important. Social media relaunch, updated bios, pin posts, visuals, post intro, reintroduction content. So these are the things that you're going to do to make sure people know you back again, right? You coming back with a new identity, a new vision, a new direction. This is very important because now people see it's one of two things. Some people may remember you from last time, and some people don't even remember you from last time, or some people just forgot about you because, like I said, everybody, the average person um attention span is not that big. So, like I said, if you're not posting content every day, you're not showing up consistently every day, people gonna forget about you because services and brands and businesses and new entrepreneurs are created and coming to existence every day. So if you're not doing the things that keep you in front of people's eyes, people just gonna lose. Hell, it can be 3-4 months down the line, people will forget about you because they move on to the next new thing. So you got to understand updated bios. You don't want to have the old information from your last um your last brand, not before you did your rebrand. You don't want to have that last information, right? So pin posts, you want to make sure you don't have the old pin posts. You want to make sure you have pin posts that's going to help draw people in. So that's why a lot of people use pin posts, because these are posts maybe got higher views, high likes, and what have you. So they want to make sure they keep that up top. So people sometimes can help people draw people to your page and what have you. Visuals are very important because now is all about stopping the stroll, right? If you have visuals that's pop out and somebody see it, they might help stop them and come to your page, might help them, lead them to your website. So it's very important, post introduction, reintroduction. Now you want to reintroduce yourself to the people again, because now this is the new you. You're going through a rebranding phase. So now you have to reintroduce your content, right? You want to make sure your content lies align with your new direction, your new identity, your new logo, your new website, everything. You want everything to align together. Is very important, right? Content reset, publish articles, videos, or through pieces that showcase your expertise under the new brand. So, like I said, you want to make sure everything aligns with the new brand, not the old brand, right? You got a fresh logo, you got a fresh direction, identity. So you want to make sure when you publishing articles, videos, everything is underneath that new brand, so people know that um this is the new you, right? You're going in a whole different direction, right? So that's very important, right? And you can also use email reintroduction, right? Send a campaign to reintroduce yourself, share the vision and invite engagement, right? So these are all the things that you're going to do. It's like doing your due diligence when it comes to the digital world of social media. Now you're reintroducing yourself to social media and you letting people know like, hey, I'm still here, even though it's not the same brand. It's a new brand, new logo, what have you, but we still do the same thing, but we have a different vision. We have a different concept. everything is new, a whole new message and what have you, right? And like I said, you might be an entrepreneur that does clothing, but even though you still doing clothing, but it's a whole new design, whole new designs, a new concept, new message, and what have you. So it's very important, right? So the next thing is community and connection, right? So rebranding through rebuilding trust through people, right? So you got rebrand event or a virtual launch. So engage your audience with a live event to celebrate the new chapter, right? Loyal customer involvement, turn loyal customers into advocates by including them in your journey. So that's one thing that's very important. People want to feel like they part of something. That's what your community come in at. So when people feel like they in part of your journey, they going to be happy to be within your community, being immersed within your community because they feel like they part of something. They feel like they part of they can advocate for you, right? Because they included in being part of something. It's very important. Um, then you want to have interactive engagement, polls, contests, behind the scenes content to make your audience feel part of the rebrand. Like I said, it's all about to people. It's all about feeling part of something. That's why I say it's important to build a community around your brand, right? Because people want to feel like they part of something. They want to feel like they can reach out and touch you through messaging or just a live video and what have you. People see when you go on live, people can communicate with you right then and there, send you message. People feel great when they can see you reading a message, talking back to you, or you saying a name. This people feel good because now they feel they part of community, right? They feel like their voice is being heard and what have you. So it's important. Like I said before, invest. We're going through a rebrand right now, right? So that's why I say Invest Media. Make sure you go to Invest Media and you subscribe because pretty soon we're gonna start doing videos for Invest TV, Invest Brand TV, and be doing behind the scenes on our branding sides, our branding side, our clothing side, right? So we're gonna start doing behind the scenes on that. So that's why it's very important. You can do polls. What shirt looks better, this sign, what design looks better, this design or that design, right? Or what services you'd like to see me add, this service or that service. So different things. And some people have contests, right? So that's what's very important. And the last thing is long-term recognition growth, right? So staying relevant, you doing it, you want to stay here for the long haul. Longevity is the key, right? You want to be consistent across channels, right? Repetition and alignment build recognition over time. So you want to be consistent, right? You want to make sure you consistent across whatever platforms you're using: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, any wherever channel that you're using. Make sure you're consistent, you showing up every day. Like I said before, you may have entrepreneurs or people that may not have the best designs, may not have the best products, but the difference between you and them is they show up every day. And people definitely going to go with whoever is right there at the time, and they need that at the time, right? So it's very important, right? Storytelling content series, right? Share your rebrand journey through YouTube, podcast, or blog, right? So as you see, you got people that create storytelling content throughout you and starting YouTube page, and they do storytelling time, and you see people with that type of content where they start off like, well guys, it's storytelling time. So different things that you can do that's going to help people bring eyes on your journey, because people like a journey, people like a comeback story, right? Especially a journey that's a comeback journey of a rebrand and what have you. Or you can start a podcast just like what I'm doing, a podcast for Invest Brand, right? So I started to side where I can help other entrepreneurs while I'm helping myself. Whatever I'm learned, I want to be able to give it back right away to other entrepreneurs that's new to entrepreneurship or been in it, but they had to take a break. Or you got part-time entrepreneurs, full-time entrepreneurs. You been an entrepreneur, but you still haven't made it yet. So this is what it's here for. So let me start a podcast, right? Or you can do a blog, whatever you use to share your story. People love storytelling. People love comeback stories. People love it because that shows people that you do have the will. You do have the fight. You're not just going to quit when adversity hit. They can trust that you still going to be here, right? Through trials and tribulations, right? Innovation as proof, right? Launch new product or service that embodies your refreshed identity. So that's very important. You want to make sure whatever product you have, whatever service you creating, you want to make sure it aligns with embodies the new identity that you have for your rebrand, for your new brand, or what have you. So it's very important, right? And you want to make sure you have thought leadership. Speak at events. This part is up to you. You don't really have to. This is up to you. Speak at events, write guest blogs, publish insight to cement authority, right? So that's up to you, right? If you want to. Some people like me, I'm a introvert, but I know how to tap into my extrovert side, right? So if you don't like speaking at events, you can write a guest blog and what have you. You can publish insight, whatever you want to do, right? But this is all about, man, long term recognition, growth. You're staying irrelevant. You want to make sure that this is for the longevity. This is for the long haul. And that's what you, as an entrepreneur, you don't want to create something for the short term. This is for the long term because you building generational wealth. This, not saying this got to be end all to be all of this is what you're going to do. You can also pivot and build other brands, right? You can start with this brand and build 4 or 5 other brands where you can make that a multi-million-dollar brand itself, because you're using the same blueprint, you're applying the same concepts, but you got different brands for different groups of people, different ages, and whatever you want to do it, right? This can lead to, now you invest in companies, so you never know, right? So this is just something, I just wanted to come through real quick. Just if you're going through that rebranding stage, this is just a little information that I just wanted to throw out here, give you that possibly you can use. If it's right here for you to use, if you can use part of it, it helps you. Hey, if you use a little bit, if you use all of it, loans is helping you. I feel like I did my job. I did what I supposed to do. Give back to others, because you never know what others can give to you and what have you. So thank you guys, man, for tuning in to another entrepreneurial conversation show for today, man. And you know what I say, man. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified when a new episode drop. And make sure you smash on that like button so the algorithm know we dropping real content over here, man. Because we doing it, guys. Come on, let's get it. Invest brand. Make sure you go to Invest Media. Yup.